guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here at the farmhouse for the last time, and I just finished filming the footage for the video titled Thank You Little Blue Farmhouse. And I have not been emotional about selling this house or moving or anything this whole time, and today I'm just like not sad, but just like reminiscing, I guess, and like thinking about the footage I'm gonna put in that video, and basically just like all the memories that we had in this house over the last 2 years, and you know how special those memories are. We're gonna miss this house, but we're just so excited for what is to come and our next house. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and do like an empty house tour. A ton of you guys are requesting that video because I never did that when we bought the house. I wasn't really vlogging that much when we moved in here. So I'm here, the house is empty, as you can hear by the echoing. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just start from the front and give you guys a tour. Even though you've seen it 100 times in my vlogs, it's just totally different when it's empty and like a full tour. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to the front door and we'll get started. Okay, so here is the front yard. This is the back of the garage. I've gotten so many questions about that over the years. Here, I'll just take you guys down and show you. This is like a storage shed. The previous owners had cats, like outdoor cats, and they built this for them. There's like a little cat door over here for them to get in, but we just would keep like our recycling out here, like our burnable stuff. The kids would build blocks and stuff out here. And then this is the walkway down to the garage. This is the actual front door that we never really used, just because that door is closest to the driveway where we would park. But there's a little bench out here, and then the actual front door, which is in the living room. You guys have seen it in the vlogs before, but we have these steps that go down to the garage. The mailbox is down here, and then this is that's like a main road out there, which is one of the things that we did not like about this place. But here is the gravel road that goes along the side of our house. These are the beautiful pink trees that you guys have seen me show before. This actually goes out to a wildlife refuge. So that's the beautiful view in the back of our house. But here is the garage, and then this hillside, and then our driveway comes in right up here and goes up. But this is the garage. It's like built into this hillside, and that's why the back of the garage, you can see it from up here. So now hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I never really wanted to show all this while we were living here. But here's the front yard, the circle driveway, which you guys have seen a million times, and there's some guys here doing some work right now, so I'm not gonna go up there and film them. But it's always so loud out here because that's like a 2-lane highway right along that whole side of our property. So that's one thing that we learned we really did not like. This is just a utility room here that has like the water heater and stuff like that. And then this is the little front porch. So we use this as the front door. Come in here, and this is the laundry room, mud room. Got an aerial view picture of the property here. And this whole room was just like wood paneling when we moved in, and I painted it white and perfect grayish. And yeah, so this is when you first come in, and then we've got this door that goes into the kitchen. So this kitchen used to have white cabinets with like the wood trim on the top. We kept the cabinets, we just painted them, and we redid the countertops and the walls, and I did a faux brick backsplash on this wall and on this wall. And we built these shelves. We got all the supplies at Home Depot. These signs were like custom made for this kitchen, so I've gotten a ton of questions about why I'm leaving them here. And these old farmhouses, they're just kind of crooked and they don't have a lot of straight lines. And so these were this one was made to hide a gap in the shiplap that didn't line up with the door because of the crookedness of the house. And this one is just like so perfect for up there. And I don't know if I'm going to do the farmhouse thing if I don't have a farmhouse again, you know what I mean? The reason I did farmhouse decor in here was not because it's like popular, but because it's actually an old farmhouse. So this pantry sign is staying as well, just because I just want to leave it here. But we've got, this was like a breakfast nook, like a little nook area. And for a while we used it as like an office. For me, we had the dog kennel in there back when Cash was still in a kennel. And now it's a pantry. We converted it into like a little walk-in pantry, built these shelves as well, painted in here. This was like dark, or not dark, but it was like a wood wainscoting, and then this was floral wallpaper up here. And so we just put in shelves, and this fridge was right here on this wall when we bought the house, and we decided to move it into there. Actually, one of our subscribers back when we were working on the kitchen suggested that, and so that worked. I mean, it's a little funky, but it worked out, and it freed up a lot of space in this kitchen because it is a good sized kitchen, but with the fridge there, it stuck out quite a bit. So this shelving unit here did have cabinets on it, and I took those off and painted it all because it was all wood. And then we did shiplap backsplash here and here, and then that wall has it as well. But they are the cabinets that were put in here in the 70s. We just repurposed them. And a lot of people always asked why we didn't replace our appliances, because these appliances are from the 70s as well. And they're functional, they work, there's nothing wrong with them, so we just kept them, and they go with the look of the house, the vibe of the house, and all of that. I actually got this sink at a place called Habitat for Humanity, and I got it for $40, and then that faucet and sprayer is from Home Depot. And then the drawer pulls are from Amazon, and then the knobs are from Walmart. And then here's another little aerial view of the house. It's hard to get with the reflection, but we're leaving this here on the counter for the new owners. So you can see there's the greenhouse, and then the house and the garage and the driveway here, and then the pump house. So walking out of the kitchen, you can either go into the dining room here or into the hallway here. So we're gonna go this way first. And in the hallway, we have this door that goes down to the little basement. And then this door goes to the bathroom, and then upstairs to the boys' room. But this is just a little like storage basement. A few steps down, that cabinet just has like paint and like house supplies and stuff, light bulbs, whatever. So we're leaving all of that stuff for the new owners. And then there's a hook here where I would keep like my broom and mop and all of that stuff. So then in here is the bathroom, and this bathroom used to have wallpaper, tons and tons of wallpaper, and a tile countertop. And I repainted these cabinets multiple times, different colors, and then finally settled on white. And then my brother-in-law and Donnie built this countertop out of birch wood, and then we stained it, sealed it, and I absolutely love it. And then the old yucky shower that no matter how much you clean it, it just is old and gross. It needs to be replaced, but we just didn't get around to doing a ton of like big remodeling stuff because Donnie was always working out of town. So all the projects that got done, I basically just did myself. But we've got these cabinets over here, good old potty, and window that looks out to the driveway. So from the hallway here, this also goes into the dining room, and it's just a big open space in here. These old houses also just have a lot of like blemishes and character, like this kind of stuff. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but that's something that I don't personally like. I love old houses and character, but not stuff like that. So this is the dining room. You got this like archway kind of thing, And I guess this part of the living room and then the master bedroom were added on in the 70s. So we had our dining room table here. We've got a wood stove right in the center of the room. Didn't really love the location of it, but it served a purpose, so that is great. The chandelier is from Home Depot. There was a gigantic circular like wagon wheel chandelier in here when we bought the house, and it's actually out on the back deck. We ended up keeping it out here and just using it as like decor. So that's the dining room, goes into the kitchen and the hallway. Got this window here that goes, like, looks onto the front porch of the actual front door that we literally never used. So then this is the spare bedroom. Served many purposes over the years. This was my LuLaRoe room back in the day when I sold LuLaRoe. This was the boys' room at one point, and then it was the guest room. So then we have the living area over here. We had our big sectional couch. I had multiple couches actually. I decorated a lot of different ways in this house over the years. That's just the coat closet, and then the actual front door right there. These blinds I put in. I had curtains at one point. And then this is where we had the TV mounted. I've got a sand or a block sander thing. I need to sand the spackle that I used to fill the holes and then like paint that spot. We had mounted the TV in here before we painted, and when we moved in, the walls were all this like eggplant brown, purpley, whatever, and it's like a matte paint. Oh, it's just like so weird feeling. But we had painted around the TV mount because we had a massive TV right here that took up this whole entire wall. And so I'm gonna touch that up. But right here is Berkeley's room. And when we bought this house, it was brown wood down here, and then this was wallpaper that looked like a map of the world. It was so dark in here. So I painted white, and then the top of her walls were pink, and then when we were getting ready to list our house for sale, we painted it gray because neutral colors are just like better to have in your house when selling. So this was Berkeley's room. These rooms have little closets with just like a rack here and then some shelving in there, but a good little size closet. This doorknob never worked. Like if you shut the closet door, you can't open it. So we always just had it open because I love these glass knobs, these vintage glass knobs, but I never wanted to replace it to be able to like shut the closet door. So that's why this closet door was just always open. And then moving over here is the master. This room was multiple colors, painted it different colors, and then I finally settled on this repost gray color, which I absolutely love. We have these closets here, his and hers, and then all of these built-ins. I don't love those built-ins. I really wanted to take them out, but we never got to that either. Like I said, Donnie was always working out of town, so the big projects just never really happened. Got a fan that Donnie installed, and that is like the main living area. And then we go out here on the back deck, and we just have, there's that wagon wheel I was telling you guys about. These trees are the ones that are like so pink and beautiful in this, well, for like 2 weeks in March. They're really beautiful. They're cherry blossoms. And then we have like a little fountain pond thing down here. And this view. So on a clear day, which it's a little hazy out there today, but you can see Mount Jefferson from here. And I always had to try and hide that sign right there that says the name of the wildlife refuge because I didn't want that in our vlogs, but now you know. I never pointed the camera down in that direction. I always like went like this or like this. So then we've got our greenhouse there, the pool, and then the pump house out there. Got this crab apple tree, that's a pear tree, that's a cherry tree, that's an apple tree, that's an apple tree. And then we have the wood shed right there in the garden where the wheelbarrow is over there. That's our bedroom window, the living room window. Now we can head upstairs. This carpet is another thing that I wanted to replace so badly, but we never got around to doing it because we were just living life and, you know, doing smaller projects when Donnie was home and stuff like that. So when you come up these stairs, there's these built-in drawers that are huge. Never really use them. I don't know, they smell like an old house inside, and when you put stuff in there, it starts to smell like an old house. You know, that like musty smell? I know, didn't really like them. But this is just like a landing at the top of the stairs. We had like toys and stuff in here. These little doors are attic crawl space. Like if you open them, you can get, there's like attic space all around the sides of this upstairs. This little room served many purposes. It was an office for me at one point. It was my nephew's bedroom when we were fostering him. It was the boys' room. They had bunk beds up here. It's just kind of a funky little room with a window. It seems a lot smaller on camera, but it's a good size. And I think the previous owners, I don't know what, like there's a closet on the other side of this wall, and then there should be a door here, but they like sealed it off. Like that piece of wood is like glued and like screwed into there, so it's like closed up. I don't know. We always just had like a curtain over it because it looked funky. But there's that little room. There's a window at the top of this, what is this called? Stairwell. And then this is the playroom, which also served many purposes. This was my LuLaRoe room at one point when my inventory was like pretty big. This shelf came with the house. It is staying with the house. It is, I always wanted to get rid of it or like refurbish it or something. I just never got around to it. So the ugly shelf is staying. But this was the boys' bedroom at one point, and then ultimately it was the playroom for the majority of the time. This used to be like a dark blue, and I had just painted right over the wallpaper and it looked so hideous. Lesson learned. But then I ended up painting it this, I peeled the wallpaper and painted it this repost gray and gave it all a fresh new coat of white. And then the closet over here, not my favorite either. It needs like an entire makeover. It's just really old, but it's got a lot of shelving, and then attic crawl space, and then a bar across here to hang clothes. It's a really good size closet. And then the view from the boys' room is just looking out the back. Really pretty. I never really could show out this window because of that sign, but that looks down on the deck. And that is pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this empty house tour. Kind of a spur of the moment thing, but nice to have to document, and I know a lot of you guys wanted to see it, like I said. But that is going to be it for this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And if you're new here, I'd love to have you subscribe. We just moved into a travel trailer, and we're going to be traveling for the whole summer with our kids, and then probably building our next house. So stay tuned for all the fun to come. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.